Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome back for another card video. Today I have two cards that are the same design, but I just used different color combinations. I'm using this Avery Elle set called Quirky Christmas. I used them as witch hats a couple of weeks ago. I cut 5 pieces of cardstock to 1 5/8 by 2 1/2. I'll have all the colors listed, but notice that I threw a neutral in there. The process is pretty simple. I'm just going to randomly select a different tree for each of my colors, and I'm going to stamp them in Versamark ink and emboss them with white embossing powder. This is a really nice, easy design for assembly line cards where you have to make a bunch, because you can do one of these colors a bunch of times in the MISTI. So here I am doing the pink, and then I'm going to move on to the green, which actually has the same tree as the pink. It's the only one that I repeated. I'm just going to move along and continue this process until all of my trees are done. So I have 5 of them all together. I'm adhering them to a piece of white cardstock. I want 1/8 of an inch mat around all of these pieces. So I cut my white piece to be 2 3/4 inches high. Now I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to be. I guess I could figure it out, but I decided to just use the full length of the cardstock, which is 11, and just kind of trim it when I'm finished. So I'm using Tombow Mono Multi Glue because my cardstock is a little bit warped from the heat embossing, and this will make sure that all of the edges are really secured down. I try to get my glue as close to the edge as possible, but you don't want it to seep out because it is tacky after it's dried. I'm eyeballing the 1/8 of an inch between each of the trees, and notice I'm putting an acrylic block every time I put a tree on my cardstock just to hold it in place. So once this is all dry, I will trim it off on the edge after the green tree and adhere it to a piece of black cardstock. I have a little larger than a 1/8 inch mat on this piece. Now I'm going to adhere this to my card base, which is 9 1/4 by 3 7/8. So I've cut it to 9 1/4 by 7 3/4, and I'm going to put it in my scoreboard, which isn't quite long enough, so I'm going to go all the way down almost at 3 7/8. I'll show you here how it's a little too short, but that's okay. So I have most of it scored, and then I'll fold it over and crease it down with my bone folder. This card will fit perfectly into a normal size business envelope. So I really don't make non-A2 cards very often, but I thought this would be kind of fun. So I'm going to adhere this now to my card base, and notice that I don't have any additional white mat on the right and the left, just the top and bottom. I have this Deco Tree set by Simon Says Stamp that I've had forever, and I used the Merry Christmas on this. I put some 2A glue behind each of the letters and adhere them to the middle one. I kind of played around with left, right, bottom, across, and decided that middle was the best since my card is pretty symmetrical. So I added the eye with a Sharpie because it was on top of the embossed area. And that is the card for today. So a pretty easy card to make, and if you're going to make a lot of them, I think it'd be a really easy card to do. And I also did it with a set of different colors, just 3 colors and a neutral as well. And I'll have all the colors listed for you. And that is the card or the cards for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.